Habit building is one of the most trusted strategies in self-help. Cue, routine, reward. Do it enough times and it becomes automatic. And to be fair, that model works. Sometimes. But here's the problem. If habit building was the answer, it would work when it matters most. And that's exactly when it collapses. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't want it enough. It collapses because it assumes that once you've wired the routine in, you just have to press play. But press play only works when there's no internal argument. And the moment there is, the just automated idea falls to bits. So in this episode, I'm going to show you what's really happening in the moment your routine slips and what you actually have to train if you want to stay in the driver's seat when it counts. Picture this. It's Monday night. You've got a simple bedtime routine. At night, the phone goes on charge, 10 minutes of reading, then lights out. Nothing heroic, just a small move that helps you end the day the way you actually want to. Then tonight hits. The day's been long, your brain feels cooked. You sit down on the couch and feel the pull towards something effortless. One more scroll, one more video. And there's a moment where you could go either way. One part of you wants the routine, another part of you wants comfort now. I've earned it. 10 minutes won't matter. I can start again tomorrow. You reach for the phone, just for a second. Then it's 10:45, then it's 11:15, then you're still scrolling and that quiet agreement with yourself is gone again. And that's the point. The routine didn't fail, the moment got contested. This isn't cue, routine, reward. It's two different parts of you wanting two different things. And once they disagree, the routine just doesn't run. It needs a human in the room. Most habit advice is built on a clean, old-school behavioral idea. Link a stimulus to a response, reinforce it, and eventually it runs automatically. That's operant conditioning. It came out of animal learning research, and it fits that context. Tight environment, clear incentives, simple outcomes. But you're not a rat in a box with one clear objective. You're a more complex system, which means conflict. For example, part of you wants the long-term outcome, and part of you wants relief right now. Once that split shows up, train it, automate it, done, stops being a universal solution. Now here's the key. Habit building works best when you're already in agreement. The behavior is simple, the environment is stable, and there's not much internal pushback. But the moments that actually matter are moments with inner conflict, because anything genuinely new in your life has to push against something old. They're the moments with stakes and discomfort. And when that conflict shows up, habit building stops being enough. Because you're no longer in cue response mode. You're in a tug of war, and tug of wars don't settle themselves. That's why routines fail when it matters. Habit building trains what to do when everything in you agrees. It doesn't train what to do when part of you says no. So what happens instead? The habit model assumes a cue, then you run the routine. But the moments that matter don't fail because you missed a cue. They fail because a different signal shows up. Resistance, discomfort, doubt, the sense that doing this is going to cost you more in effort than you want to pay right now. And when that signal hits, it isn't something you calmly observe. It shows up as hesitation and justification, the emotional place you're suddenly inside. And from there, the next move isn't chosen. It's automatic. You slide toward whatever reliably lowers the intensity of that discomfort. Typically some form of avoiding, like doom scrolling, drinking, procrastinating. Not a moral failing, not bad, just your autopilot, what I call the default path. Doing what it has learned will reliably return you to what's familiar and comfortable. Now here's the part almost no self-help trains. When two parts of you want different things, the real question becomes, is there a you present who can hear both? That's the missing middle, the you in the middle. Not the part with more motivation, not the part with better systems, the part that can stay in the room when your parts disagree. The part that can feel the discomfort and not immediately fold in the face of it. Habit building doesn't train that, self-authorship does. If this is landing and you want one short episode each week that keeps making sense of these moments and shows you what actually works, subscribe. So here's the thing. It isn't that your habit failed, it's that discomfort showed up, and discomfort is the thing habits don't solve. If you keep treating discomfort like a stop sign, the outcome is already predetermined. You can have the best routine in the world, you can have the perfect system, you can even have a strong why. But the moment a part of you says nope, you won't consciously choose a different move. You'll default. You'll drift toward relief. Delay it, dilute it, bargain with it, avoid it. And then you'll tell yourself a story that makes that feel reasonable. And then you'll do what most capable people do. You'll redesign the routine. You'll add another tool. You'll look for a better strategy. But you'll be fixing the surface while the same old pattern is still running the show. The only way the system changes is if the you in the middle steps in during the conflict. Not afterwards when you're analyzing it, not at night when you're planning, not the next week when you're resetting. During. The moment you feel the resistance, the moment you feel the bargaining, the moment you feel the urge to escape, that's the training ground. And that's what this channel is going to focus on, recognizing default path takeovers and training the missing capability that interrupts them. This week, don't try to build a perfect routine. Don't try to overhaul your life. Run one experiment. When you hit that moment, the moment discomfort arises and you feel yourself about to default, do 3 things. First, call it what it is. This is discomfort. This is the moment that usually runs me. Second, take one small step back. Move from being inside the feeling to being aware of it, like you're standing next to it instead of being swallowed by it. Let the discomfort be something you're having, not something that's having you. Third, stay at the edge of the discomfort. Don't try to take on the whole task. Just hold the first step. Pick a small, honest stretch, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, and decide, I'm staying right here for this long. And take one next physical step while the discomfort is still there. Feet on the floor, open the document, put the shoes on, write the first line. The win isn't doing everything. The win is making one authored move while the feeling is still present and not letting the default path take the wheel away from you. If you can do that once this week, you've already broken the spell because you've proved something real. The default path isn't destiny, it's just a pattern, and you can stay in the room. If you don't see this, you'll keep blaming your routines and judging yourself. You'll keep thinking, I need more discipline, I need to be more consistent, I need to fix my habits. And the loop keeps running. And over time, the cost isn't just productivity, the cost is self-trust. You stop believing yourself. You stop making commitments you care about because you've got too much evidence that you won't follow through. Life quietly shrinks to what's easy to maintain on autopilot. But if you start catching the default path in real time, and you interrupt it, even once, something bigger than productivity changes. You start becoming someone you can rely on, not through hype, through evidence, one small authored move at a time. If you want weekly training for these moments, the ones where the default path tries to take the wheel, subscribe. Habit building works until inner conflict shows up, because it assumes there isn't any. Real change starts when you stop pretending you're a single unanimous self.